Welcome back to PM Agenda. Now to our weekly poll with Peter Lewis from Essential Media Research. Pete, first of all, what's the two-party result saying this week?
We've got the Liberals up to 52-48. That's off a 1% increase in primary vote up to 46 and a 1 point drop for Labor. This is the first time that the Liberals have been ahead by this since John Howard was Prime Minister and work choices was still considered a good idea. So this is as good as it's been for a long, long time.
Indeed it is. Let's look back at the year now. You've got some fascinating numbers looking back at 2010. And first of all, at some industries, the banks and the mining industry, seen by most, I think, understandably, to have had a good year.
Yeah, we asked people what they thought about various economic players, what sort of year it had been, good or bad. It's probably a good year for the banks most years, but it was a particularly good one with record profits. So 69% of people thinking the banks had a good year. The mining industry obviously had a big win politically this year, and people have seen that as a good year as well. Large companies and corporations in general a good year. And interestingly, given the poor marks for Labor, the economy in general seemed to be going well. A good year for the Australian economy, 41 people saying it was a good year, only 20% bad. Of the losers, as you've got up there, the environment, just 14% thinking that was a good year. The other sectors that people thought had a tough time in 2010 was small business and farming and agriculture, with 50% of people said it was actually a bad year, or probably off the back of the water problems.
And Pete, what about the political parties? How did they shape up?
Yeah, this is interesting. So the big winners, according to the Essential Research Panel, was the Greens. I guess the Greens have got the balance of power, and 42% of people said, well, that was a good year for them. I guess Tony Abbott and the Liberals got their mojo back, 33% of people saying that was a good year. All Labor did was win government and a minority government, and only 21% of people saying that it's been a good year for Labor, and I guess that reflects more to where the year started, where it ended. Obviously, very few people in the ALP would have thought the year would end with them in minority government and behind the Liberals on 2PP.
But the fact that Julia Gillard is still in the Lodge counts for something in this poll, that she, as an individual, and the fact that she's still in minority government, she's fared as the top leader as in terms of, the best year in 2010.
Well, I guess it's true. Individuals who have had a good year. 12 months ago, I don't think anyone thought Julia Gillard would be Prime Minister, and here she is, albeit of a minority government, Australia's first female Prime Minister, and 49% of people, and I'd say across all political groups, giving her credit and saying it's been a good year for her. Obviously a good year for Bob Brown. I was surprised. I thought Tony Abbott probably had a better year than 30%, but there you go. And obviously the two yesterday's men, Turnbull and Rudd, both had years that probably only Ricky Ponting could sympathise with.
Absolutely. And Peter, no Christmas holidays for you just yet. We'll see you next week.
We've got a few more polls to put out before Christmas, Kieran. Cheers, mate.